Can you hear me now? Manners respect. Manners respect. Manners respect people. Always manners respect. Keep on saying certain things you say over and over because certain words we do say over and over on a daily basis, anyways. So it's just to add some new words to your vocabulary. And okay, so it's always us to put in new words, new ideas. Everything you start out with, it's not always going to be perfect at the first. It's not going to be perfect the very first time, right? So you have to work on it. So manners and respect is a new word on me that I'm using, and I'm liking it. All of the people that with good ideas, right? Them have to implement them thoughts. Everything new takes a while for you to implement it. And that's what I'm doing. I implement information into betterment. Implement people into betterment. So good people, you know, try to link up with good people. Them ways there. Now, Thursday today is the 3rd for me. Today the 3rd of the month. And it's considered Black Month. So them have highlights of Black History Month. And apparently I think they're gonna cut that out. I don't know how true that is, but I don't know if again it's the government who created these stuff. Obviously people wanted it, but I don't understand why we have to wait for somebody else to do it for it to mean something to us. Keep on saying it. You put a number to a date. You put a number to a day and then put some meaning to it, and people spend money, right? And it's who create these days anyways, and why is it, and who is it important to? Who are these days important to? Just all of them question I'm always ask, because if you love somebody, you're supposed to tell them, right? If you love somebody, you're supposed to tell them. So many things. Mother's Day and them stuff there. All of them stuff is supposed to be an everyday practice. I understand that it's highlighted and all of these stuff, but If you highlight your parents, how much more can you highlight them? If you love your wife, how much more can you love her? Just because this day come along and say, oh, love her today, you gotta love her today. All of these stuff when I ask them question, I question, how did we come up with these things? Where did we get these ideas from? Who gave us these ideas, and why it's so important for us to have these ideas? What's so meaningful about these? That's what I'm saying. It's the detail. Since they say the devil is in the detail, nobody don't really care about looking into the details of things, right? But I say there's nothing without the details, right? Life has no meaning without the details. That's why everything is so. It's the way it is because nobody actually respect the details of everything. Respect the detail of their mother, them father. Respect the detail of having respect. The detail of having manners. Them things are so important. They're so important. But if you don't have no manners, respect, the detail of how you communicate with your family, how you communicate with your friend them. So the detail of our existence is so important. So I say, I'm not about sensationalism. I'm not about aura and all of them stuff there. Me just want sell my sauces them, become famous of my creation, not somebody else's idea, right? I want to be able to do my own. That's what I'm looking for. That's the opportunity that I want. I just check for ship two bottle of sauce for go England. And it come up to $86 for ship two bottle of sauce to England with no tracking, with nothing basic, nothing. Two bottle of sauce. If me have a sale anywhere in the world, for me to ship my product there, it's gonna be costing me more than me selling my product for. So what am I doing in this situation? I raise the price, right? So I can't afford to ship it anywhere in the world. It's a joke. That don't make no sense. I said, as a small business, the things that I'm gonna do to put myself in a better position at all times. The investment them when I make, all of them things there. I wouldn't do it if I never believe in myself. I wouldn't walk the walk if I never believe in my talk. I wouldn't talk the talk if I never believe in my walk. Both of them balance. I say everything, it's about balance. You see, if the people them who listen to this program or subscribe to the program, and you guys don't like how I feel about certain things, no problem. It's good you guys have choices, so no can choose for delete me, report me, and do all of them stuff there. The fact of the matter is, me know who me is. And me just I try live according to how I've always lived. And I know nothing change up. Still wear my big baggy pants, them my people laugh off of me from how long. When I got Jamaica, trust me. You need to take in your pants, you need to take, yes. Chef pants them big same way, chef jacket big same way. That's me. The things them I always like about myself. I still like them about myself. I'm disappointed in myself sometimes because I know there's so much more. Tell them time I come to Canada, I do commercial for United Way. I don't know if you can go Google that and see. When I come to Canada, I'm depend all of the bus. All of the bus them at Toronto. Subway. Cause even when I get in a situation there and get to work with so much people. So I always have the personality to get along with people. I'm a problem solver. If there's a problem, I always look for the solution. All of the people them when I go highlight, it's great. Them people is there so amazing. Because most of them accomplish so much from them young. Them accomplish it in a one time when accomplishment is something that's frowned upon for us. But I know the history. I want to talk about our story. I want read some of the poem them when I create. I want read some of the stuff them when I write for myself, yes. But I say, well, the same time them people don't set the standard already. It shouldn't be so complicated for we follow it, Knowing say all of them people make mistake or they make learning lessons for us to learn from. October, everybody who died before us left something for us to learn from. But one of the things people born October says, I can't remember. I tell you the truth. So it's for us to remember, talk about the past with pride, joy, all of them things there. It's supposed to be encouraging. So if anybody don't like the stuff that I'm gonna talk about and and this is the this is my space. Them things I'm want to talk about. I don't want to talk about no mix up and all of them things there. I'll talk about situations, but I'm not gonna go indulge in a mix up. Mix up in finding out why this person with that person or that person. No, that's there's enough people out there talking about anything you guys want to talk about or anything you guys want to hear. There's people out there talking about it already. All you guys have to do is click and find out. So the stuff that I want to talk about are the stuff that is not just gonna matter to me, it's gonna matter in the future because it mattered from the past. We're supposed to educate and uplift. I mean no say AI don't like that. And as me I go fight with AI. It's gonna be a personal battle with AI. Because AI can't tell me something, I can't talk education out of my mouth. That means that I'm gonna create AI just like all them was before. All them do I use AI to suppress what we're supposed to be talking about. So if me I talk about something good and 10 people are talk about something bad, AI, the algorithm supposed to push out at least one good. It cannot push out 10 bad. That means that's destruction. Yes, AI, that's destruction. And you're part of it, AI. Just like the people them before. So I'm gonna tell you say how free thoughts and feelings are supposed to be. As long as you not disrespect nobody, as long as you not hurt nobody. These are the things that we're supposed to be focusing on. The reason why I spend this time and I talk about this is because there is a niche for everybody. So if you don't like my content, the stuff that I'm gonna talk about, all you have to do is just like, share it, comment in the comment section. If you don't want we talk about anything, we can't do that. Because when we say we're gonna be reasoning, we're gonna have communication, we're gonna have conversation. We're not gonna be at each other's throat to talk about. And these people always do this. Every time we're supposed to be talking about something positive, there's always interruption. That's one thing I don't understand. It's like I could not be doing anything, but when it's time for me to do something, and that's how I know you're not supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing, because everybody who's doing what they're supposed to be doing is always getting a fight. I know that. So just for 1 hour out of my day, I want to take an hour out of my day just to create what's supposed to be there. So today, I'm going to touch upon some amazing people so far, and that I'm going to continue doing. I'm going to go on highlight the people that have done so much before us, so much more, and even all when them pass off, the information where them leave behind is just still, it's still there for us to go over. That's why I say I gonna love digging at them things. That's why I say I gonna create them like part one, part two, part three, right? And go deep, because them story needs to be told. These are the things where we used to sit down and talk about when we little bit, These are the stuff that we used to sit down and look upon great men, great each other. That's all we used to be. But now it's disgusting that and disgusting that and this and madness. When people ready for argue, ready for them, just people just get up and ready for argue for no reason. Just because arguing is an option. It's not an option. Communication. And so I not care about the fool people them out there. I never care. I never care for the foolishness. Because the people them who did care about me, they never care about foolishness. And care about things that matter to us. So I say, you can have a million clown out there. You galang go hang out to the clown and the fool and the idiots. I don't care about that. I just don't want to be indulging it. I don't want to be part of it. So the things them when me I go talk about are the things them when me love. And if if the people them a roll with me have the same love for me, then can roll with me all day, every day. I tell you something, the things that I'm passionate about, nobody can change that. Nobody can change how I feel about certain things. That's why I'm say, for me to go out there and go argue with a person so they can tell me I should change my feelings, wouldn't I be an idiot? And even if I was an idiot, wouldn't I prove that I'm an idiot? All right, I could get into this. So I choose a lady today, and the lady that I choose is Amy Jacques Garvey, right? Marcus Garvey wife. Now them say Marcus Garvey had two wives, right? Not at the same time, obviously. But I think he was married twice. Again, all of these stuff is here for you to go. And obviously this is Marcus Garvey's wife. I'm definitely gonna take time for do all the part 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on them, because trust me, these people are worth the time researching and looking up and feeling that energy, that love what them people did have for just life. The same thing where we give up. Just saying. You can't just let me be who I wanna be. All right. So Amy, you okay? Euphemia. A E Euphemia. Euphemia. I guess the E would be silent. You wouldn't say Eupemia. Well, We are Jamaican. All right. So I'm saying Amy Opima, Jacques Garvey. 31st of December 1895 to 25 of July 1973. So she born December just wait there. But she born December too, so she must go like Sankor. Mm. You see the connection, people. Okay, all right. I could continue. But tell us some love. I love these things because them things I saw, it's so heartwarming to me. You know what I say? Amy Opima Jacques was born on 31st December 1895 in Kingston, Jamaica, as the eldest child of George Samuel and Charlotte Henrietta. Henrietta? She was raised in a middle class home. Yvette Taylor, in her account of the life of Amy Jacques Garvey, referred to her as being a mulatta. Mulatta. Let me check mulatta. Mulatta. So mulatta is a racial classification that refers to people of mixed African and European ancestry. Only when speaking or writing about a singular woman in English, the word mulatta, the use of this term began in the United States of America shortly after the Atlantic slave trade. All right, I tell you something now. I can't go deep into enough of them stuff here because there's so much stuff that we can go over. Again, mulatta is not even considered a color, right? See, at that match, like as we continue, people, because I tell you, so there's so much things we can go over that we don't study, we don't look, we don't go deep into. Okay, Charlotte Henrietta was biracial and George Samuel was a dark-skinned black man. Taylor goes on to explain that Garvey's mixed race heavily influenced her upbringing. At a young age, Garvey was taught to play the piano and took courses in music appreciation. You see, this is like, look on them time, yeah. Look on them time, yeah, them people that play a piano. Look on what them people are do back in them times there, eh? How much times nowadays you hear people are talk about them? I'm serious about them things, yeah, you know. At that match, I show you how far we gone from ourselves. So, anytime we pick up certain things, that with greatness gone. Sure. All right. Take a deep breath, son. We'll get over it. We just know, sir, there's greatness within us, right? I just know we are great people. I just know be unlimited is real, no question, right? But just the fact say we go away so far from ourselves, we become sure. I'm just cut that. Now I have to continue. Cause I'm gonna tell you, say yourself, I feel that way there. There's people out there who feel the way that I do, you know? Just to say, how we come down to just hurt each other, disrespect each other, forget about humanity. All of the things them just like say we just box up, we just really the box we then talk about, we just take it and we put it inside away and everything what we have good, we put it in there and dash it away. And now we start fill up that the space there with one bag of crap, one bag of garbage, you know what I mean? Nothing to us. Garvey was taught to play the piano and took courses in music appreciation because music and music appreciation were believed to be considered the cultural finishing to a girl's education. Garvey was a part of a small minority of Jamaican youth to attend high school. She attended Wolmer's schools. Amy Jacques Garvey was urged by her father to read periodically and per, periodicals, periodicals and newspapers to enhance her knowledge of the world. Upon graduating school and receiving some of the highest honors of the time, Garvey was recruited to work at a law firm. Her father initially said no, refusing to allow his daughter to work in an environment with males. George Samuels died that year, and the lawyer proceedings over his estate urged Charlotte Henrietta, Henrietta, Henrietta to allow Garvey to work in the cler- clerical office so that she could control the estate. Charlotte agreed, and Garvey worked there for 4 years, where she ultimately gained knowledge of the legal system. After 4 years of working for this company, Garvey migrated to the United States in 1917. She promised her employer and mother that she would return in 3 months if conditions in the U.S. were not suitable for her. However, Garvey did not return. Karen Adler, in her article chronicling Garvey's life, argues that she did not return because she was enthralled by Garveyism. Adler says that Amy attended a conference being held by Marcus Garvey and was moved by his words. Soon afterwards, assuming the role of his private secretary and working alongside him and the Universal Negro Improvement Association, she also became involved with the publishing of the Negro World newspaper in Harlem from its inception in August 1918. We have your own newspaper. On July 27, 1922, several months after his previous marriage was severed, 1922, Marcus and Amy were married for the second time in Baltimore. For the second time. Okay, so he was married. I don't think she was married. Jacques was said to have been Amy Hashwood's Marcus Garvey's previous wife, chief bridesmaid in her wedding to Garvey. Ashwood attempted to have the second marriage annulled and failed, leaving Amy Jacques as Garvey's legitimate wife. Said to have been Amy Ashwood, Marcus Garvey's previous wife, chief's bridesmaid in her wedding to Garvey. Okay, so she did work as the chief bridesmaid in Marcus Garvey's first marriage. That I didn't understand. Okay. Ashwood attempted to have the second marriage annulled and failed, leaving Amy Jacques as Garvey's legitimate wife. Garvey had two children in her marriage, Marcus Mosiah Garvey Jr. and Julius Winston Garvey, born in 1930 and 1933, respectively. Amy Jacques Garvey was said to have been an excellent and impactful speaker. Having toured all over the country, Amy Jacques Garvey had been on these tours with and without her husband. Okay, so the two of them did I work side by side on them thing. See. Marcus, after making a return from their Western tour, Marcus was scheduled to speak in New York, and Amy was not a part of the program. Amy Jacques Garvey was not scheduled to speak. However, in response to the overwhelming outcry from the crowd, the plans for the speech were altered. So So I guess you can do make an adjustment. There's nothing. Well, some people that match I show you say the people them with them head set in concrete stone and concrete and headstone already dead because you can make adjustment to anything. Adjustment. So the speech were altered. Ad Adler believed that Marcus Garvey failed to show any appreciation for his wife, despite her growing fame in the public forum. Amy, however, did okay. However, did not pose an initial threat to Garvey, given her strong beliefs in her position as his wife and the structure of the organization. Amy took a back seat, as did other women in the UNIA. The grievances were made public at UNIA's National Convention in 1922. Sexism found a means to thrive even in spite of UNIA's commitment to sexual equality. This being the case, women such as Amy Jacques Garvey found a way to become invaluable to the organization. While supporting her husband's ambition and the UNIA, Garvey began to focus on her own writings, which make her known within the black community. In the UNIA's official newspaper, the Negro World should have her own segment, Our Women and What They Think, where she focused on the struggles that black women in America face. As a black feminist, wow, she emphasized the importance of black women being educated in different aspects of life. Why am I telling you, them people, did I look out for the best interest, you know? How comes it becomes so? Hmm. In order to have a brighter future for the next generation, even them people, boy, to live in a society where black women aren't seen as less than others. In writing about the newly discovered tomb of Tutankhamun in the Negro world, she argued against white, Western imperialistic views of history and showed the power and relevance of African history to African American communities. In light of unforeseen circumstances, Garvey was forced to assume a lead role in the UNI after Garvey was convicted of mail fraud on 21st of June 1922. 222 911 911. Less than a year after their marriage, it is at this time that Garvey assumed interim leadership of UNIA. In addition to speaking all over the country to raise money for Garvey's defense fund, she edited and published Volume 2 of the Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey, 2 volumes of his poetry. I have to go get that too. I'm gonna go to the library and do some research on them, trust me. A tragedy, Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey, 2 volumes of his poetry. The Tragedy of White Injustice and selections from Poetic Meditations of Marcus Garvey. While doing this, she worked tirelessly with lawyers to get her husband out of jail and kept the UNIA moving forward by delivering speeches and occasionally meeting with the leaders of the group. Despite the effort that Garvey put into keeping Marcus' dream alive, Marcus rarely showed appreciation towards her. What? Garvey never assumed official leadership of the organization because Marcus would not allow for it. Oxford. So 1922 in get incarcerated. 27. After Osborne was deported in 1927, Garvey went with him to Jamaica. Coxfoot. So she still a support the man even when the man not support her. Okay. They had two sons, Marcus Mosiah Garvey III and Julius Winston Garvey. She remained with their children in Jamaica when Garvey moved to England in 1934. So in Comaca, Jamaica, 1927, and then he leave 1934. Okay, so I move back England. Okay. After Garvey's death in 1940, 1940, him dead. I'm gonna live back. For 6 years, I live back England. After Garvey's death in 1940, Jacques continued the struggle for black nationalism and African independence. In 1944, she wrote a memorandum correlative of Africa, West Indies, and the Americas, which she used to convince the United Nations representative to adopt an African Freedom Charter. In November 1963, Garvey visited Nigeria as a guest of Dr. No, Noamdi, no, Noamdi Azikiwe, who had been installed as the nation's first president. She pushed her own book, Garvey and Garveyism, in 1963, as well as a booklet, Black Power in America, The Power of the Human Spirit. In 1968, she also assisted John Henry Clark in editing Marcus Garvey and the Vision of Africa, 1974. Her final work was The Philosophy and Opinion of Marcus Garvey, Volume 3, written in conjunction with E.U. Eisenhower. She was awarded the Musgrave Medal. Okay, the Musgrave Medal. The Musgrave Medal is an annual award by the Institute of Jamaica in recognition of achievement in arts, science, and literature. Originally conceived in 1889 and named in memory of Sir Anthony Musgrave, the founder of the Institute and the former governor of Jamaica. You see what I'm talking about? Like, what make we can't come up with our own. That's some things that just works. Garvey was an ardent writer on behalf of UNIA movement, as well as her husband, Marcus Garvey. Amy Jacques Garvey also had written books regarding Pan-African civil rights and feminist movements. In Garvey's Women as Leaders, she mentioned the importance of black women's roles in society, and her writings serve as both a call to action and a celebration of women's capabilities in leadership positions. Now, this is one of the things I say, right? The Philosophy and Opinion of Marcus Garvey, Volume 1, that was published in 1923. Okay, the Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey, Volume 2, that was published in 1925. Garvey and Garveyism, 1963. Women as Leaders, 1925, that was published. So she published a book, 1925. Okay, so she published at the same time she published Marcus Garvey book. Wow. Wow. That's why I say write. We need to write. We have the ability to write and we not write. Eh? This lady write a book. Look how much book this lady write. Eh? Wow. I'm here telling you if you write. Write. Wanna write something. Wanna go write. You see, even a couple of days me I telling you if you write on your own history. Eh? Garvey died at age 77 on the 25th of July 1973 in her native Kingston, Jamaica, and was interred in the churchyard of St. Andrew's Parish Church. Okay, again, you see, this is pretty much like in just like how what's her name never have no in-depth of her story. I'm gonna say these them need these things need like three or four, part one, part two, part three, part. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm choosing these ladies, right? Just because of the example where them set, right? Just the way they carry themselves. This is 1922, 1895. Them people are born. Eh? These people creativity was in abundance. That's why I'm say, how is it we're so great, but our greatness is not being practiced? How comes we can't have conversation? We can't have communication. How comes it's always have to be an argument? It always have to be. How comes we can't do these things? Like look how them people did focus. Well, from me reading fear point of view, can't tell some me not gonna like couple things about Marcus Garvey because he never want to give him half because as you can see, him balance her very well. She balance him very well. Him balance her. Him write. She write him book when him that jail. She. All this stuff them she do for this man. Okay, so born again. I read about that already. So Amy Jacques Garvey stands as a prominent activist and journalist who made significant contribution to the Pan-African civil rights and feminist movements. So even back in them times there, you see, the woman here fight for, for female equality, feminism, and all of them big fancy words. I'm tell you, I never graduate university. Raised in a politically engaged household. You hear that? Raised in a politically engaged household with strong Victorian values. Her upbringing shaped her life commitment to justice, equality, and the security of Black people globally. Her father, George S. Jack, a dedicated newspaper editor. Eh? My goodness. For Jamaican workers' rights. So them people are just, it's like good. You know, this also you have pretty much the population of Jamaica. I assure you, these people are fighting for equal rights and justice. Wow. I tell you, so the value what we did have, it was valuable. You hear me I say? The value that we did have, it did valuable. It did mean something. Manners, respect, it did mean something. How did we become this? I guess me have to go do past and present, like some past and present comparison between how people used to talk and how them talk now, how people like I have to do yo, there's so much details for me to go into details. It's gonna probably drive me nuts because me tell you I'm just start with this and I'm here already though, man. We had values. We were smart. You think someone idiot can edit a newspaper? But yo, our brought up, see, the way we used to grow up. Advocating for the Jamaican workers' right instilled in her a strong sense of social responsibility and activism from an early age. So who are inspire Uno? Who's inspiring you guys? At the age of 13, Amy began her journey in activism by joining the Universal Negro Improvement, ASSN, founded by Marcus Garvey, whom she later married after migrating to the US in 1917. Amy shared Marcus' vision of a better future for Black people, advocating for pride, economic independence, and self-sufficiency. She firmly believed that security and empowerment hinged not only on physical safety, but also on access to economic opportunities, financial stability, robust social support system. Her vision included the creation of an independent Black nation by financial self-sufficiency. A Pan-African political position she articulated through her. What articulate mean? You see me? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I say? That articulate. And that may I try to show you how we become so far from ourselves. Everything, yo, bro, you talk to one girl, yo, bro, yo, you know all that take out this, miss, you can't call one woman, bro. You never think, say, it's a female, it's a woman. You know, talk to, I know if you give her that much respect for actually even look upon her as a different sex than the sex that you are. And that may I try to show you how we were before. And how we become something that we're not even real anymore. We have to beat with chest and I tell everyone, look at me article, look at me article. People used to do things, people used to change things. That's why I mean, now me say, look, turn around, look at the past, turn it around, and it's the future unless we change it. I only no want what we did have. That's why we lose it. I know instead of we try to find it back, all we do is just argue, cuss, fight against each other. Yeah. Instead of we try to find it back. Instead of we go look feet. Brush it off. So I no can't stand there, because me say, me done say that already. Just like-minded people are going to change things. Because if you try to convince somebody, say, this are the best for us, and them say that are the worst for them, where you go with them? You think so you can't go nowhere with them? Me no care. This is for me history. I'm going to stand up in it. I'm going to come on my YouTube channel and this is what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about our greatness, business sense, When I go to my bed at night time, I just play over my video them. Cause I know what I talk about and I not listen to no fool. I not listen to no fool cause them people are no fool. I tell you, we did have everything, We did have everything for ourselves. We used to work as a unit. And it wasn't no G. We used to work as a unit. We used to help each other, support each other. Now them say $1 stay in a few neighborhood, not even 1 second. It's sad. And me sit down and I look on it the whole time and I say, look on this here. But now I not have to say it by myself. I can't say it and somebody come and listen to it later on and hear what I say. I know nothing. But all of them things it's seeing what's best for us, not just now, but tomorrow and the day after. Boy, I may tell you, as we continue, yeah, sir, because I tell you, say, these are not things that you can spend 15 minutes on and actually see the depth of who we are, right? Upon African political position, she articulated through her role as an editor of the Negro World, the UNIA's newspaper. Amy's influence with the UNI extended far beyond her role as Garvey's wife, as she played a vital role in the growth of Garveyism as a powerful philosophy and black nationalist movement advocate for self-governing black nations in Africa. Her words and ideas were not merely echoes of Garvey's speech, they were distinct expressions of her own pan-African political vision of economic empowerment, cultural identity, racial equality and justice, and gender equality. For this reason, she started earning recognition as a political leader in her own right, and crowds often chant, "We want Miss Garvey," highlighting her significant impact and the widespread recognition of her work. One of her most notable contributions was her unwavering commitment to addressing issues of gender equality within the UNIA. So, in the same movement where she worked in, she have to fight the people and for equal rights within it itself. A good thing me take her before me choose Marcus Garvey. As the editors of the Women's Page, she aimed to give out the thought of our women in all subjects and directly address the modern Negro woman who believes God has not limited her intellect because of gender. This page allowed her to elevate women's rank and influence in the UNIA and to advance proto-feminism beliefs without male censorship. She insisted on the liberation of black women, arguing that their experience with multiple forms of oppressions equipped them to oversee a global movement for the liberation of all black people. So suppose them they take she over Marcus Garvey. Because remember, say them arrest Marcus Garvey and fling him in a jail. She did free to do what she want to do, but Marcus Garvey never give her the power to lead the party. Would it been a better situation for the UNIA? I mean, people did want her to lead, but again, it's a man-dominated world, right? It's a male-dominated world. So the very fact that she had charisma, she had the whole skill set. Upon this, my gosh. Under her leadership, the UNIA also established the Black Cross nurses to provide health care and education to black communities. emphasizing her belief that education and healthcare were essential components of security and self-sufficiency within marginalized communities. The UNI recognized challenges in accessing essential services such as healthcare and education. So, by addressing these obstacles, they reduce the vulnerabilities of these communities and lay the necessary foundations for overcoming the structural barriers that perpetrated their marginalism. Amy Jacques Garvey understood that true security for Black people extended beyond physical safety. Economical, it included economic, social, and political empowerment. Through her activism and writing, she promoted self-determination and self-reliance as essential components of security for all Black people. Her work continues to inspire and serve as a reminder that lasting security can only be achieved when the root cause of injustice and inequality are addressed and when all individuals are afforded their inherent rights and opportunities. I love that. No, I'm tell you, say, just the fact that these amazing human beings, more beings than human, because they went above and beyond, right? They went above and beyond without getting the recognition of being so unlimited. That's why I'm saying now I get the opportunity to highlight them things, yeah. Why shouldn't I highlight them things here? It's so important. Because them people, them put them best effort forward. They always did. Them people are show them strength. Then put it out there. So people can either roll with them or roll against them. Our greatness can't be denied. It can be suppressed, but it can't be denied. We're too great. But we're not appreciating who we are, or war with each other, fighting each other. And that's how we suppress it. That's how we suppress each other. By not doing the necessary things to encourage each other to be better people. Manners, respect to you, Miss Garvey. Your work speaks for itself. It's undeniable. So this is part one, me say. I'm gonna see if I can find more information on her. So when I do a part two, then me have more information. As we proceed, then people are too amazing for we ignore them. Right? These people are too great for us to say they're not worth highlighting. So I did 2 male so far, and I did 2 female so far. So I'm gonna continue doing it like that. A male, a female, and a male who has set a certain standard that's set already. So if we just reflect on and see the greatness that these people just put them best effort forward. And even today, them best effort is right there for us to see and appreciate and see what we can do to change things from how it is to how it's supposed to be. Thank you, people. It's always good for just get things off of your mind. So your mind not just clouded down with everything what people tell you. Find out for yourself. And once you find out for yourself, share it with somebody who want to hear it.